sinusoidal functions. And we want to talk about the varying components that we can control in order to represent a contextual scenario. Ugo's bike tire has a piece of gum stuck to it. The distance, capital G of t, in centimeters between the gum and the sidewalk as a function of time t in seconds can be modeled by a sinusoidal expression of the form A times sine of B times t plus d. At time t equals 0, the gum is halfway between the ground and its maximum height at 35 centimeters. I'm going to kind of jot that down, like time t equals 0, we're at halfway. And there's a max height of 35 centimeters. Okay, the gum reaches its maximum, halfway is 35 centimeters, and its max height is 70 centimeters when it's taken pi over 20 seconds later. All right. And then we want to figure out the exact actual equation. So I'm going to try to leave that there. Let's go to my doc camera, and let's take a look at some of the things that we can get from this information. First of all, I'm just going to do a little quick sketch here. Boom, boom. At time t equals 0, the gum is halfway up 35, and then at pi over 20 seconds later, the gum has reached its max. So at 2 pi over 20, pi over 10, the gum is back to the midline, and then at 3 pi over 20, the gum is touching the ground, and at 4 pi over 20, pi over 5, the gum is back to the middle. That is one complete sine function. So we should be able, from using that information, be able to determine the different parameters. Let's get the easy one. Easy, midline, it's the middle. D is 35 because that's the midline. And actually, the way that this scenario works, tire touching the ground, the midline and the amplitude in this case are the same. There's 35 centimeters of distance between the midline and the max. There's 35 centimeters of distance between the midline and the minimum. The part that's not so nice, although we can use a quick formula to find it, is how do we determine B? And B, actually, if you remember from other non-context, just straight up sine equations, is that the period for sine is determined by the frequency. The period for sine is 2 pi divided by frequency. Vice versa, the frequency is 2 pi divided by the period. And if you notice, there's 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4 sections of sine to complete a full period in pi over 5 space. So if we want to figure out what B is, we go 2 pi over 5, a little flip and multiply, dealing with reciprocals action. The pi's and the 5's, the pi will cancel. B is 10. Put 10, 35, and 35 all into this G of t equals formula. Here we go. 35 sine of 10t plus 35. And check. Stick around for part 2.